Hi, welcome. I want to spend this video talking about the true impact that menopause has on a large percentage of women. Now, I do get the occasional comment from ladies claiming that they sailed straight through perimenopause and into postmenopause. But for the vast majority of us, perimenopause comes with a long list of symptoms and changes that can affect the body so drastically that it can honestly feel as if you're seriously ill or dying. It's very distressing and scary, but I hear time and time again that many doctors are failing to alleviate any of the concerns surrounding these overwhelming changes and are instead contributing to an increase in fear and health anxiety. Often the lack of diagnosis, the severity and outrageous number of symptoms, and the lack of information available on menopause all play a role in the panic, uncertainty, discomfort, and decreased quality of life that many women struggle with, leaving them convinced that they're seriously ill or dying. So I want to address all three. Perimenopause usually sneaks in slowly, gifting you with random symptoms. Subtle ones at first, like fatigue and mood swings, that definitely get your attention, but don't concern you too much. But because perimenopause is so very generous, it eventually begins to introduce more and more worrisome and uncomfortable symptoms like heart palpitations, dizziness, irregular periods, and random pain. This is about the time that fear begins to set in and doctor's appointments are made, usually resulting in a list of normal test results and an assurance that you're perfectly fine, ramping up stress and anxiety because you know you're not okay and you're certain they're missing something. I'm still often stuck on that medical hamster wheel. I know now that menopause is the cause for many of my issues, but the doctors seem completely oblivious to the possibility of a menopausal link. It stuns me daily, but I digress. The symptoms continue to cycle in and out, new ones appearing and old ones disappearing, only to pop back up unexpectedly at a later date at the most inopportune of times. With over 100 possibilities for peri to choose from, it can become overwhelming and downright scary. Surely with all of this chaos going on, it would be obvious to the doctor that something was amiss that needed to be looked into, right? Given your age, perimenopause should be one of the first things the doctor considers, right? Wrong. 9 times out of 10, perimenopause is never even brought up, and women are told that they're perfectly fine and there's nothing medically wrong with them. Is it any wonder that so many of us are convinced that we're seriously ill? And if you're brave enough to walk into a medical appointment with your list of symptoms, there's a good chance that you're dismissed even faster because it seems completely nonsensical to the doctor. I swear my doctor thinks I'm a few sandwiches short of a picnic. It's a crying shame. So many women go on for years and years with no diagnosis and absolutely no idea of what is causing them to feel the way they do. On top of that, the severity and number of symptoms can truly leave you feeling like you're on your last legs. A lot of menopause symptoms are no joke. They cause some very real physiological side effects, from simply annoying to downright painful. And fear of dying and health anxiety are understandable side effects. And the symptom possibilities are endless. Every muscle and joint in the body can hurt. Random stabbing pains can pop in and out unannounced. You can feel dizziness, adrenaline surges, air hunger, heart palpitations, distressing digestive disorders, skin conditions, bleeding problems, pelvic pain, bladder issues, numbness, tingling, headaches, anxiety, panic attacks. The list goes on. How can anyone go through this physical and mental assault on a daily basis, often without a diagnosis, and not be concerned about their health? Most people get a persistent pain, so they go to the doctor, they get some blood work done or go for a scan, they receive a diagnosis, and they receive a treatment. Menopausal women often experience a list of symptoms and discomforts, but often spend years looking for help with a diagnosis and treatment. I spent years with pain in a dozen different places, on top of 30 other weird and concerning symptoms, always receiving normal test results, 0 answers, and not one mention of menopause. And I'm not alone. Many of you have shared similar stories with me. So what's going on? Why are so many of us not told about perimenopause when we walk into the doctor's office in our 40s and 50s with a list of symptoms? Why is perimenopause so rarely considered as a possible cause for mental and physical changes in midlife? Doctors are supposed to know all about women's health in midlife, right? So why are so many women continuing to be dismissed and told they're fine, leaving them afraid and often feeling helpless? I honestly believe that many doctors are not as knowledgeable on the topic of menopause as they should be. And unless you're 50, having hot flashes, and missing periods, menopause is often not given much consideration at all. The medical profession needs to do better, much better. Arming women with knowledge could alleviate so much anxiety. Our transitions could be so much easier and less scary if we were prepared from the beginning. Menopause happens to every woman on the planet at some point, so it should be common knowledge, well understood, and freely discussed. Let's stick together, ladies, and share our knowledge and experiences. Let's help alleviate some of the mystery, fear, and anxiety surrounding the chaos that's going on in our bodies by speaking openly and honestly with one another. After all, who knows more about what goes on in perimenopause and postmenopause than women who are living it? I have a menopause support group for any of you ladies who are genuinely interested in connecting to other women who share similar experiences. I would love to welcome all of you into our little community. The link to that support group is in the description under this video. I wish you health, happiness, and peace of body and mind. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.